your hate, your vengeance.
I don't remember what my actual challenge was, and you still can't check it in the menu. You can only check quests, not challenges, which is super annoying. Oh, that still hit him! No, that still hit him. That is insane. There's the quest. I really thought I wasn't gonna get... I thought I was gonna get there. But I haven't got a single hook yet because of that.
Die already. Don't even try to escape. Don't be overdramatic.
Yeah, this is definitely tunneling.
Destiny can be quite fun at times.
There's a nurse is calling, gonna give me an advantage here.
Try not to bleed out too quickly.
Okay, one of them DC'd, that's fair enough. Nice! That was a good game. That was a fun game too. I mean, he was close to death. I could have just waited, and then I could have got a Mori, but, you know. Oh, well. Yes, iridescent max. Fantastic. I think at first they thought that I accidentally lulled them into a false sense of security. Okay, here we are. Second of the 4 games. This commentary is being done post, unlike the very first one. So this is a bit weird. I keep accidentally editing out times when I actually hook survivors. As you can see, I've already hooked somebody, but I didn't include that because I'm an idiot. But there we go. That actually means that is hook number 2. Not for him, but just hook number 2 in general. We did manage to down another survivor at some point as well, which I clearly didn't show. I keep making also a habit where I do not, for some reason, remember to edit out, to notice where hooks are. 2 times in this video, I could have hooked somebody, and I didn't, because I've ended up not being able to get to a hook in time, even though I should have been able to. Anyway, they try to break this hook, but they fail, and there is her death hook already, you see. We are flying through these games much faster than usual, but there's another pickup, and I think they're second stage. No, yeah, they're second stage, okay. And then we find this. I actually had like 3 haddies across the 3 games that the first 3 games, which were the original ones that I was going to include in this video. But there is a 4th bonus one, and I'll explain. You'll see why there's a 4th one at the end of that. But there we go. What's that? Was that her death hook? Nope, that was not her death hook. In fact, that was literally her first hook, I think. Oh no, she does die on her second hook. Yeah. So that was her second hook, and I thought I downed him here, which is why I didn't try and go after him quickly enough, and I missed that attack, but then I managed to catch up with him, and there we go. So this is our 3rd survivor, and they are on death hook, which is insane. There we go, and now we're just looking for that last survivor, which we do manage to find. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, it really depends, and there we go. A nice, easy game, and we get a free Mori out of this game. So there we go. That is game number 2, in fact. Wait, is this game number 2? This can't be game number 2. This is game number 1, isn't it? I just realized that's a Arella. I didn't even know that when I was playing. I didn't even notice. There we go. We got towards our quest there. We got a Merciless Victory, and we didn't get all iridescence, but we did manage to single pit, which took us into gold 3, which is fantastic. Yeah, that was game number 2. I forgot. Game number 1 had full commentary, didn't it? That's the whole point. So here's game number 3 of 4. So it took me a little bit longer to find survivors in this one, but we did manage to get our first down much quicker in this game than we did in the previous game. In fact, all the gens did get done in this game, but at first I thought that wasn't going to even be the case. We get our first down there, which is on another Haddie, and there's our first hook. And we're looking for anyone else. We damaged the gen. I knew it. See, this is why I have nowhere to hide, because this allows me to see if anyone has already come for the save, because if I didn't have that, I would not have known she was there, and then I've been questioning how she got saved so quickly. But you know, sometimes I'm good with that attack, and sometimes I'm not, and there's an example of when I'm not. Okay, we find the other survivor, who, this is not the one we attempted. Okay, here we go. Here's a good opportunity to actually use the power correctly there. So I think sometimes survivors forget they can match, if they drop the pallet, it's pretty much a free down for me. In the same way as if they were to drop it against Huntress, it would effectively be a free down, because what are you going to do? But there we go, here's Haddie again. Unfortunately, there are times within these games where it looks like I tunneled. I promise you I didn't. It's just because I cut out any times where I was chasing somebody but didn't manage to get them, because that's kind of boring and kind of wastes time. So otherwise this video would be like 40 minutes if I'd kept all that stuff in, instead of being 15. So, well, 16 actually. It's exactly 16 minutes. So, yep. Anyway, rambling aside, we come to see... This is again why I have these perks, because Nowhere to Hide, Discordance, and Lightborn are my 3 main perks, and then I always keep a 4th perk slot free, so that I can put what I want on. This time I have a Nurse's Calling, which did come in clutch 2 times. Not necessarily in this game specifically, but in this video, definitely. And as I play Dracula, it definitely becomes useful. There's another down, and what hook are they on? Let's see. They are second stage, okay. And do we have any deaths? Oh yes, we have one death, and we find... Again, it looks like I tunneled, but I promise you I didn't. It just happens to be because I didn't find anyone else before. But, so technically that is a tunnel, but it was a while later, so technically it's not tunneling. If it's been long enough... Like, as you can see, there's only one gen left, and I do believe this is the game... Yeah, this is the game where one of the survivors could have got out, which means I probably would have... There we go, there's the last gen pop. She gets off, and I find the other survivor. I managed to pick them up. I think they're second stage. They must be. They can't be death hook. Oh, no, they're literally first hook. Okay. I think... Oh, yeah, so this person tries to come for save, but they are unable to. And luckily, they were still injured, so I was able to get the down on them. Then I brought them to the exit to make them think I was going to let them go, and then I moored them at the end because I thought that was funny. I don't know if that's mean. I probably think that is mean. But, here we go. Another 4K. I think I'm doing quite well with Dracula. Of course, there are times where I don't do well, but I don't record those games, because I only really record the 4Ks at this point. Even 3Ks I don't tend to keep unless something amazing happens in them. But there we go. That gives us a pip. And then we do skip to having got 2 other pips off camera on games that I didn't save. And here we are, about 11.5 minutes in. Well, actually, a bit more than that. 11 3/4. And we find our first survivor after nowhere to hide. They kind of are hiding there. They're hoping I don't... If I didn't have nowhere to hide again, I would not have known that. Okay. Trying to get people off my gens here. I was trying to do a lot better because I was really trying to get the pip. Because I did a Freddy game before this one where I tried to double pip and I just failed miserably. And there's a down. That's just unfortunate for that survivor that they ended up throwing it down on the wrong side. But there we go. Managed to get our down, and that is our first hook at 5 gens. Much better than before. And I go to see if I can hear that gen. I can't, so I end up managing to grab this survivor off of this other gen. And that's just unfortunate for them. So there's their first hook. This other person is still on hook. It's okay. I get a free hit. That's always a free hit, really. Unfortunately, I wasn't quick enough to down them before they got the save, but that's okay. And there's our second Orella, by the way, of the day. This is about the 3rd Orella in total at the time that I'd actually come across, maybe 4th. Again, if I didn't have nowhere to hide, I would not have spotted her there, so thank goodness I had nowhere to hide, because if I didn't, she could have carried on the gen and easily got that one done, and I think that would have been... I think that was the deciding factor as to whether I was going to win there or not, because they could have easily got that gen done and she would have then left, and I might not have come across her until much later. Now, this was weird, because I managed to get the hit, and she thought she was going to stun me, but she was unsuccessful. And then she sort of just stood there in shock. And then, here we go. I managed to find another... She tries to commit to the gen, but unfortunately, I missed the hit there, which is, again, unfortunate. If I'd managed to get that hit, that would have been so good, because I could have damaged the gen and hooked her there, which would have been her second staged. But you know what? It's okay. There's another survivor hiding over here. Nowhere to hide is so good, because, again, I would not have known they were there. And then, of course, the other survivor comes back to the gem, but they were unable to fully repair it because, of course, the one-tapping thing is no longer a thing to stop progression. So then I go back to the other survivor to pick them up because I remember where they are. Luckily, they're still there. Blood trail kind of leads me to them as well. And we get another hit on another survivor there. They teabag, so they're like, haha, you fell, but then I caught up with them anyway, so, ha. Teaches you to teabag, doesn't it? Right, hook for you. And that is her second stage. That should have been her death hook, but you know what? Oh well, never mind. Again, I think they get the last gen done, but I can't... Oh no, they don't. They don't. There's an example of me actually hooking somebody on the hook that's right there, rather than it being another random hook, because of what I mentioned earlier. There's a good down. Oh no, that wasn't a down, that was just a hit. But those sorts of ones are quite good, because they throw down the pallet and they think they're safe, but then I just hit them through it. If it didn't go through it, then it wouldn't have worked. I was kind of hoping I could just find the last survivor now, but unfortunately she was able to get the save before I managed to get a hit on her. Here's another 3 down, pretty much. I got lucky with that one. Again, this doesn't technically count as tunneling because I did hit the other survivor. Second stage for her, and then we luckily come across the last survivor. and unfortunately she's on the wrong level to save that other survivor, and I get a free down because she drops the pallet, and they have a, I think because she waited there, I was going to Mori her, I was going to wait for the other person to die, but then I was like, actually, I can't bother to wait, so I just went and hooked her, and she was second stage, and then, of course, because of that, there we go. And there's her death, and here's what I was talking about. For the first time ever, I have managed to get to, wait for it, also I'm almost at full 5 minutes, and there it is, iridescent rank for the first time ever in my life playing DBD, which is fantastic. I am trying to get to Eerie 1, I hope I managed to do it. I do go back because I wasn't sure if I got that extra pip, but I did. But there we go. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.